Well, here we are. I'm all fuzzy on the camera. Maysa looks brilliant and sharp. We just had 5 minutes of me trying to figure out how to do tech stuff. Clearly, is not my expertise,
Yes.
but that's all right. And I've now said who it is I'm talking to. I usually do a big introduction, so I'm going to go now back and do the proper introduction. So welcome today to soulmusic.com. One of my favorite singers, one of my favorite people, and who's celebrating her
No.
25th year as a solo recording artist, right? And this is
26.
her 26th year. Oops, missed a year there. And
Yeah,
she's
this
also
is 26
celebrating,
now.
yeah, and celebrating her ninth consecutive album with the same record company, which in itself is a miracle in the 21st century. And I'm referring to
Right.
the incredible, super, amazing Maysa. Hey, Maysa.
Thank you, honey. How dare
That was a
you?
good build up, right? But it was true. It
Uh-huh.
was actually accurate and true, and I, stand by everything I
Oh.
just said. So, the occasion that we're actually having this call is your brand new album, "Love Is a Battlefield." What a amazing title!
Hmm.
I mean, there are people who will know that song, and then there's some people in the world that you and I traverse that may not know that song. So, will you first tell us
Uh,
a little bit about the choice of
right.
that song as the title cut for the album, and then we'll talk more about the album, and we'll catch up with you about what you've been up to in the last year. Probably about the last time we talked, about a year ago, I think. So let's start with "Love Is a Battlefield." Why are
Yeah.
you calling it that? Is it?
I chose "Love Is a Battle" because I'm a big Pat Benatar fan. Of course, I love that song when it came out, and the lyrics, of course, the lyrics, melody, the music, and all that stuff is just fantastic. And I just wanted to slow it down to kind of uh, talk about the message a little more, or how I hear the message of the song.
Hmm.
And I know it's the romantic songs about two people being in love and all that kind of stuff. But what I see, what I hear when I listen to that song is that in this day and age, we are at war with evil. We've always been, in a sense, but I think love um, has the power to change everything right now. If we really all collectively, the people, it's because they're like, there are more, like Bluey said this statement in Incognito show, there are more good people than there are bad people. And it seems like the bad people are running things even more now, even more blatantly. Like before, they were a little secretive about stuff, but now this blatant thing that's going on across the world of people getting into power who are spewing hatred and confusion.
Hmm.
So to me, love is in a battle, to uh, to gain any kind of power again.
Hmm.
It seems like, but there's so many of us who want it to happen, you know.
Hmm.
So to me, love is the battlefield of of a choice that we all have to make. Somehow we have to make it like soon and quick. To me, it's like we're going to keep falling to this terrible, terrible place that we seem to be headed for. I just don't. I don't want us to go there. I want us to all to band together as human beings and do the right thing and teach our children about morals and compassion
Yeah.
and having respect for each other.
So this song is not just a love song for you. Clearly, it's a lot more than
No,
love.
not just not love. Yeah, not so much romantic. As I'm trying to, you know,
The different other
uh,
kind of love, the love of love between people, human beings.
mm-hmm,
Yeah, yeah. So it's a much bigger
mm-hmm,
message. Wow. I wasn't expecting you to say
yeah.
that. So that's
Mm-hmm.
pretty great. And I'm 100% with you. So let's talk about the
Thank
creation of this particular project and when did you start working on it? And tell us a little bit about the formulation of it and the song choices. I mean, you have some really interesting songs, and there's some songs that are amongst my favorite songs. And one in particular, "Footsteps in the Dark." Footstep in the Dark. I don't know if it's footsteps or
oh
footsteps.
yeah.
but I know the Isley
I think
Brothers song.
it was
Brilliant.
Footsteps.
Footsteps, yeah. So I thought it was.
Mm.
Anyway, so yeah, so that and Am I Dreaming, which Atlantic Star, and so you picked some really interesting songs. So just share with us about the
Mm.
composition. How did this all come
Well,
together?
just what happened when I started this whole record. I wanted to do a transitional record, which means um, I just came off an album of originals, and I'm about to do an album of originals, and I wanted something that was 2 years ago when I put out Back to Love.
Yes.
So I wanted to do something kind of like a placeholder, kind of keep my name out there, keep my music out there. And I was really not ready to get into the mode of writing and all that stuff yet.
Mm.
So I wanted to just focus on my songs and take my time and write them. And so I need to live. I need to feel stuff.
Sure.
I need to do things. And so in the meantime, I thought it'd be cool because on Sunday nights now, I've started this thing called Karaoke Sundays,
Yeah.
and
I've
it's
seen it
7:30
online.
p.m. time. And
Yes.
so I wanted to like a tribute to that because it's like I've done 2 covers albums, Sweet Classic Soul and Feel the Fire, and so this will be my 3rd one. And so I get a lot of requests for those songs, and so I thought it'd be fun to do an album of covers that people really loved and songs that people really loved and songs that were big hits. I just put my little take on it so that we have even more things to do at karaoke, time and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so that's where it all transition. That's where the transition came from. To
Now, let me
make
ask
this
you.
record, and
Yeah.
I chose the songs. I thought about choosing songs that people would never expect me to do, like Justin Bieber's "As Long as You Love Me." Like people would never expect me to do that.
Right.
But the song is so important to me. It makes me the first time I heard it, I instantly loved that song. So I could I don't know anything else Justin Bieber does. I
Okay.
really don't. But that's
That
the
makes
one
2 of us.
song. Yeah.
Go on.
But I took my niece to a concert and he did it live, and I was like, wow, that song really hits me lyrically and melodically. I love it. And so what it means to me is that as long as you love me, we can do anything. We can make anything happen.
Yeah.
That's how I feel, about, when those times when I was in love. I haven't been in love in a long time. But when those times when I was, that's how I felt. I felt like some power and some strength. And that's kind of where I am with that.
I
And so
gotcha.
that's why I chose that song. And of course, the other ones, I was so excited to work with Jason Miles on who's worked extensively with Luther Vandross.
Yeah.
And so I asked him to produce Because It's Really Love. It's one of my favorite Luther songs. And so we came up with that. And he did a masterful job producing that. That's just and I just love that. It just feels so lush.
Yes.
And
Yes.
yeah. So, and then what else? The songs.
Am I Dreaming?
Yeah, Am I Dreaming? I mean, of course, I just love Atlantic Star. I always
Right.
have. And I wanted to do it as a solo. I started off I was thinking about asking Frank McComb to sing that with me.
Oh, okay.
And then his schedule got busy, so we couldn't. By the time I had to finish recording it, he was away, so in Italy or something. So we couldn't get it done. But this time, I'm glad because we got it done as a solo song, and I think it turned out pretty cool.
Wow, it's great. It's great. And Footsteps in the Dark.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite Isley songs. It's just you can't not in any Isley song you do, it's just gonna be cool.
Yeah. Well, that one in particular. Yeah.
And had my duet partner Jamie Jones from All for One. He produced it. He in a group called Heavyweights, group of producers called the Heavyweights. They helped me with that song, and they also did "Love Is a Battlefield" and the Justin Bieber song.
Really? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember. I mean, I remember. Back a little while ago doing interviews with All for One. So I actually didn't know that they were really working in the production world.
Well, Jamie Jones, the lead singer, he's definitely his own production company.
And how's it working with him? Because I know obviously a lot of that you've done recently been with Chris Big Dog Davis. So how was having that change to work with other people? What was that like?
It was cool. I mean, I've done it before, worked with other producers before, and you know, Chris is like the cake, and then I go and get some icing. That's how it works, you know. It's like it's real cool. Jamie and the guys, they were just, I mean, just fantastic. Just like, you know, just like I went to, you know, somebody that said, well, they said, well, what do you want? It's like the best customer service in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
it's pretty much, I tell them what I want. Everybody was concerned about Love is a Battlefield. Even the record company was concerned. They
Really?
were concerned about what they were going to do with it. And I said, just slow it down, make it sexy, you know, Sade-ish type, really
Yeah,
cool
yeah,
and
yeah.
sexy, you know. And so when they came back with the track and they sent it to me, I literally stayed up all night long. I was just
Wow.
like so excited. I'm like, this is the
This is
thing.
what you wanted. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
This is
what
how
I
you
want.
imagined it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I wonder, I've got to ask you, were they a little intimidated working with you? Tell the
No,
truth.
I
Uh,
don't think
the heavyweights, what's his name? The guy from All for One. What's his name again?
Jamie Jones.
Jamie.
Yeah,
Was he a little intimidated working with you?
I don't think so. He seemed very
He
confident, very
wasn't?
confident in his
Okay.
work. You know, he had just come
I
off
would
working
be.
with Shanachie for Regina Bell. They just did Regina Bell's album, so I think
Oh,
he's a
okay.
very confident producer, very excellent vocal producer, actually too. Also,
Yes,
so
yes.
yeah,
Ah, now how many tracks did they do? So they did
three. They did three.
3.
Justin Bieber,
Okay. All right.
loves
And
it.
hmm. and I mean, when you sit down, when you do an album of covers, obviously one of the most challenging thing I imagine is trying to choose what to do, given the number of songs you could choose. I mean, there's like literally hundreds and hundreds of songs
Right.
probably that you like. So
Mhm.
how did you come about like assessing, well, okay, let's do this particular group of songs? I mean, did you spend like hours or days and days trying to figure out, well, what do I do? What shall I do? Which one shall I do? Try this one, try that one. I mean, what is the process like for doing a covers album?
I just literally, I'm such a child of the 70s and 80s, and you know, that's my music. So I know it's in my head, the spirit. So most times I heard something on the radio, or I just knew, like for instance, I knew I wanted to do Justin Bieber. I knew I wanted to do Love is a Battlefield. I knew I wanted to do uh Am I Dreaming? I knew like there's certain songs that I knew I was going to do anyway that I
Yes.
hadn't had a chance to do on, you know, maybe on my regular albums I do like one cover or something, and
Yeah,
maybe
sure.
I can do that. But like the song Inside Out by Odyssey.
Yeah.
I was talking to one of my friends on the phone, and we were talking about cover songs, and I was reading her the list of songs that I had ideas for, and she was like, "Girl, you know my favorite song is remember Inside Out." I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like I lost it. I was like, "Yes, I remember that." You know, and a lot of people say, "Well, why didn't you do Native New Yorker?" I'm like, "That was that big hit."
Yeah.
But Inside Out, just funky and just raw, and I just love that song. It's such a huge dance tune, so that's why I chose that one.
Yeah. Well, actually, Inside Out was a big hit in the UK. I don't know if you know
Oh,
that. Yeah. Yeah.
oh yeah,
Back in the day, absolutely.
oh
So
that's
so that was the process. You kind of come to, have this thoughts of different ones, and then people maybe said something to you, and you're like, oh yeah, I could do that one.
uh-huh.
Did you have a bigger list than the actual number that you recorded?
No, not really. I really
Okay.
went to once I decided on something, I just added it to the list. And I know I was only given 10 songs. Of course, I had 12 that I wanted. There were so many things I wanted to do. I wanted to do Michael Jackson's uh oh Lord, what's the one? Just
It's a
went out my
ballad. Is it a
it's one of
ballad?
my favorite songs too. It's the one he did with Chris, the guy from the all those movies with Jackie Chan.
Jackie
What's
Chan?
I can't remember I'm gonna try to find it. I'm trying to Google it real fast.
Okay.
But the song I want to do is I want to do a Michael Jackson song again. But I've done that a lot of times. So I think I've done 2 Michael Jackson songs so
Yeah.
far. So
Well,
I
you've
kind of
done
did want to
what were the two you done? I know one's right in my head. Right?
did
Uh,
Lady in My Life.
yeah, and then there's another one.
Can't help it.
Yes, it can't help it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Uh,
thinking the one you were thinking about was a gender change where you would change it from uh, she's out of my life to he's out of my life. That's
right, right.
that's
Oh,
not
you rock. So the song that Michael Jackson says, "You Rock My World." That's what I want to do.
okay.
Yeah, I want to do that one, but they wouldn't let me have one more song. So
Oh
sad.
well.
So I'm going to put it on something else.
Oh,
I'll
there you
keep
go.
up.
Save it
keep
for
it.
another. Save it for a rainy day.
Yeah,
That's a song
absolutely.
title too. But anyway,
Yeah.
so how do you feel? So a couple of questions specific to this. So firstly, how do you feel about this album compared to the other couple of albums you've done of covers? How do you feel it stacks up? I mean,
Yeah, I
obviously
think
you've used different producers to some degree,
right.
so it's a little different in flavor, I imagine.
Yeah, it's I think this one it's just more modern. It's more a little bit more edgy than the other ones to
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Um, yeah, definitely that. I think I just took a little bit more. I took some more chances than I did with the other one.
Okay, all right. That makes it different. Yeah, okay.
Hmm.
And yeah, we said this is your ninth album for Shanachie. So how
Hmm.
does this stack up against the other eight?
Wow. Me, it's along the lines. I mean, I think I've done some pretty good work for Shanachie for the last 11 years I've been with them.
Wow.
Um, and so this is my 13th solo album, and so it's
Mm,
I just think it's a natural progression of what I'm doing, and I
yes.
feel like I'm growing, definitely growing a lot musically and as an artist. So I
Mm,
just hope that it's. I just think like by taking those chances with those songs, and I think they came up very successfully. I think
yeah.
that's I think that's a good thing. So.
Yeah. Well, you just mentioned, of course, that you have 13 albums altogether,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
I know it's an unfair question, Maysa, but do you have a real favorite?
I don't. I think the one that stands out for me the most is Blue Velvet Soul because I got the Grammy
Oh,
nomination on.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, I love, like you said, like you can't choose which kid you love. It's like this. I love the whole thing.
Yeah.
I love all of them, and I just, there are some songs on there I wish I hadn't done on 13. I was like, oh, why did I do that? That was terrible. I kind of.
Right.
But overall, it's just been, and it's so funny. The ones that I think are like, bleh, like that, people just love them. They request them every week on karaoke. Just
That's fu-
crazy stuff.
that's
So
funny.